President Sarah Selip and former Obama campaign foreign policy advisor David Teferi. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So former President Trump may not win a whole lot of votes in Silicon Valley, but he's going to leave there with a whole lot of cash. Let's play it.
The Bay Area is sort of a liberal bastion. And so we thought that 5 million might be a big lift. But as it turns out, we got all the way to 12. As it turns out, hundreds of people turned out in the streets, but they were pro-Trump demonstrators and they were welcoming. There was a tremendous enthusiasm gap between the pro-Trump side and the pro-Biden side. And if that's in liberal San Francisco, what does that tell you about the rest of the country?
More than $33 million in California, we're hearing. What do you make of that, Sarah?
Honestly, across the board, Trump is just dominating. 30% of the votes that came in or the donations were from first-time donors. So small dollar donations, people are excited to come out for Trump. And all of these eccentric billionaires are coming and giving money. So why wouldn't it switch? People want to give money.
President Biden took a swipe at Congress today on war funding. Let's play him.
I mean, the idea we had to wait all those months just to get the money for Iraq.
An Iraq reference won't help concerns about his age, David.
I agree. Obviously, that was a mistake. He meant Ukraine, but he's right on the substance. That was too long. Ukraine really needed that money. It was very important for providing them weapons. And if you look at polling, most Americans support Ukraine and support President Biden's approach to Ukraine. And this is where President Biden can draw a direct contrast with President Trump. President Trump has said he is not going to support Ukraine. He wants to end the war on day one of his presidency. That's unrealistic. Putin is not going to listen to President Trump. And so there's a stark difference in policy. And Americans who care about what's happening in Ukraine, who care about pushing back against Russia, against territorial expansionism, against authoritarianism, the Putin brand of authoritarianism, they should support Biden.
New York Democratic Congressman Richie Torres weighed in on the age issue in this campaign on Fox News Sunday. Let's play him.
Full confidence in the president. It is true that the president is old, but so is Donald Trump. It's a geriatric presidential race.
Sarah, is that effective?
No, it's not, because Biden is completely gaffing up his presidency. Meanwhile, President Trump is out there just vibrant, lively, everything he's been doing for the past 6 years. So this isn't an issue, and they're just grasping for straws like they normally do.
From the Fox poll of battleground states, Trump is up in Arizona, in Florida, in Nevada, and it's a dead heat in Virginia, at least at this moment in time. Is that alarming, David?
She called him vibrant and lively. President Trump is also a convicted felon, which is not something you hear people call a convicted felon. I think that has impacted the polls. If you look at the New York Times Siena College poll and also the Reuters Ipsos poll, both show that 2 to 3% of voters after that conviction have moved over to Biden from Trump. So yes, the very loyal supporters of Trump are angry about the conviction. And you see that in increases in fundraising. But people in the middle, independents, people who might have been leaning Trump but weren't sure, they're moving to Biden because of the conviction, and there's more of this coming. There are 3 more cases. He may not go to trial on them, but it's going to continue to weigh on his campaign.
All right, let's do some more numbers from the Fox poll. Voters under 30. Trump is up big in Arizona, up 7 in Florida, dead heat in Virginia. Sarah, will young voters show up in November?
Absolutely. Look at TikTok, for example. In the last few days, Trump has amassed about 6 million followers on TikTok, whereas the Biden-Harris camp only has 340,000 overall over 6 months. So young Americans are excited. They're sick of seeing Biden. They're sick of the policies. And this is the first time kitchen table issues are hitting them at home.
Final word from you?
She likes to talk about TikTok and how much he raised in money, but that doesn't mean votes. And nobody bases who's going to win based on TikTok. The important question here is, are young people going to move back to Biden as they did in 2020? And as I said earlier in your show, Trump's reliable voters are old and they're not college educated. Yes, some young voters are upset about Gaza, but I think we will have a ceasefire in Gaza over this summer. And I think their anger about that is going